And I would be remiss if I didn't demonstrate to you how such a system can handle all of these different transactions. And our UC Web system, I know a lot of our customers are on the call today. They enjoy a solution that provides both RFID asset tracking as well as government compliance, and also handling some of the other transactions that need to be done. But first and foremost, you need a system that's going to be accessible at any time, at any place, cloud ready. All you need is a internet connection, and you're ready to go. And from a mobile perspective, and this is where I see a lot of contractors trip up, because we still have customers or government contractors out there today, you know who you are, that are doing inventories via either spreadsheets or just a manual process. You need a system that's going to be able to go out and engage your assets at the point where they are, in terms of in working with them, in engaging using mobile tablets, smartphones, and scanners to do all your inventories. And then from an asset tracking, again, we're talking about folks that are doing all these transactions from the standpoint of a manual process, speeding that up 30 times faster, but also taking your assets from a paper or a spreadsheet perspective into the digital world, and allowing you to go out there and do those inventories. Stock tracking is important as well, and some people overlook it, because you've got items that are in your custodian, in your custodianship, that are government issued items, and you don't want commingling happening. So you need to have a stock tracking system that's going to allow you to separate, what's company and what's government, and what's allowing you to handle your contract, and what's personal that you're using from a company standpoint. See, that is extremely important. And then, if you read the DCMA guidebook, I've never seen what a perpetual inventory is, and I'm just going to guess that it's real time. If stuff moves, similar like a point of sale reference in retail, you buy something at the counter, and as soon as that transaction happens, it's updated in the system. But that really caught my eye in terms of where we're going with these audits. And from the standpoint of achieving accuracy, if you've got 100 items that need to be looked at in an audit, then you can only miss 3 from what I'm understanding, in terms of having that inventory being extremely accurate and being able to pass that audit. And you have to think about it from this perspective. Items move all the time, and you've got to be able to keep track of those items as they move. So achieving 99% inventory accuracy is something that is on the mind of everyone. So how do you do that? Well, when you have the best of breed of technology from an auto ID standpoint, being able to do backwards compatibility with 1D, handling all your compliance with 2D, and then tracking with RFID as items move in and out of your facility, and being able to leverage that technology. Some of our customers do, some of our customers don't. We have one customer in DC that can track assets as they come in and out of their facility, and understand where those assets are moving daily in real time, near real time in some cases. And then, that's the whole asset identification piece, being able to use the best breed of technology from an auto ID perspective to handle all your transactions. Integration is key. In the last, since the beginning of this year, I've seen a bunch of customers. About 85% of our new customers that have signed up for this platform have come from spreadsheets. And they're all interested in making sure that their data talks from one end of their enterprise to the other, whether it's their ERP system all the way into their government systems as well, and doing all their reporting. And then checking in and checking out assets, which is really about control of custody. This is something that's always overlooked, because if you loan someone an asset and you don't have any sort of record keeping of it, then that asset tends to be loaned, indefinitely. So, being able to have a system that's going to track all that movement of assets, who has it, what's the condition and things of that nature are all things that you need to keep mind of. And then from a reporting perspective, and this is key as well, it's taking data that's repurposed in the system, that allows you to do all of your reporting to government systems, or if you're trying to look at data about your data, you have that all within and under that infrastructure that allows you to remain compliant and handle all your contract obligations. And then what we've seen also very key moving forward, and we're giving Deltek CostPoint a shout out here because, again, we've got a lot of customers and a lot of interest in terms of taking the best of both worlds from a ERP standpoint. From a Deltek CostPoint perspective, customers have that DCAA compliance. They're extending that capability over into the government side because they've got property that they're handling, and they're using that data exchange. Again, eliminating the swivel chair. You've got something coming in on a purchase order, you want it to flow into the A2B tracking system as an asset, and you want it to be tracked and inventoried throughout its life cycle. That's the capability that we provide there. But again, asset tracking, handling all of your project-based ERP issues, time and attendance on the Deltek CostPoint side. We've seen a lot of customers that, again, coming from a manual process or just extending capability, they definitely have a need for this. But what I want to also mention, which I did not earlier in some of the slides, was the capability around handling large warehouse environments and using autonomous asset tracking capabilities such as robots, fixed readers, and things of that. We talked about the mobile on the last slide, but the capability that we bring from a technology standpoint is really ripe for this environment where you have these auditors coming in and they want to understand where your assets are, when they moved, if they moved, what might have moved 10 days ago. It might be in one location, might be moved to a different location. So again, extending RFID and asset tracking capabilities to our Deltek CostPoint customers is a key win-win, and